Just let go. It's 45 minutes later.
Good evening and welcome to the Township Committee meeting of October 12th, 2021. Ms. Brake, please call the roll.
Committeewoman Erickson. Committeeman Thompson.
Here.
Committeeman Wright.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Delcour.
Here.
Mayor Lapani.
Here.
Administrator Ferreira. Attorney Willard.
Here. Please join me in salute to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I have to just make a comment. It's nice to actually hear that. When we had nobody in the courtroom, we were doing it by ourselves. It sounds much better when there's people in the room. Please be advised in accordance with Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, that notice of this meeting was made by posting on the bulletin board at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex and notifying the officially designated newspapers that this meeting would take place at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex at 7:30 p.m. on October 12th, 2021. Our first order of business is approval of minutes of August 10th, 2021. May I have a motion to approve minutes of August 2021?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeeman Thompson.
Yes.
Committeeman Wright.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Delcour.
Yes.
Mayor Lapani.
Yes. Next will be a report from our committee liaisons, and we'll start off with Committeeman Thompson.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of things from me this evening. First, from the police, just a reminder that the Hillsborough Township Police Department is again participating in the National Take Back Initiative, a program that the Drug Enforcement Administration for residents to safely dispose of their unused, unwanted, or expired household medicines. If your household medicine that you wish to dispose of, please come to the police department located at the municipal complex here at the municipal building on Sunday, October 23rd from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. From the health department, we have a couple clinics coming up. First, there's a flu shot clinic on October 14th from 1:30 to 2:15 here at the municipal building. This is being done in cooperation with the Greenbrook Family Medicine. The health department is also hosting a COVID-19 Pfizer booster clinic in cooperation with Greenbrook Family Medicine on October 18th from 2:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. also here at the municipal building. And for well testing, the health department, in cooperation with the Raritan Headwaters, will sponsor a reduced cost well water testing program on Saturday, October 23rd from 2 to 5 here at the municipal building. The bottles will be distributed in the parking lot behind the library. Many different tests are available, and the cost is based upon which tests are being run. For information about the test that makes sense for your water supply, please read about the program and also the Private Well Testing Act overview posted on the health department's website. From social services, the Social Services Department and Community Assistance Network have been very busy, and because it takes a village, or a township in this matter, there are many people to thank for the recent contributions of time and goods. The Shannon Reformed Church members volunteered their time to research, collect, and coordinate and assemble, quote, recipe in a bag meal kits for clients of the Hillsborough Can Food Bank. Each reusable bag included all the ingredients for 2 family-sized meals with recipe cards. The Hillsborough Republican Club donated much-needed cleaning supplies when Tropical Storm Ida visited Hillsborough, helped provide assistance to those affected by the recent hurricane. Brother International Corporation provided a provider of home office and business products, home sewing and crafting appliances, industrial solutions, and employers of many Hillsborough residents donated items to help the community in its effort to recover from Hurricane Ida. And when the Hillsborough Township Community Assistance Network, or CAN, needed help from others impacted by Tropical Storm Ida, the people of Hillsborough rose to the occasion. Concerned residents, groups, and businesses assembled their responses and donated much-needed food, clothing, personal care, cleaning, and other supplies, which were coordinated through the town's social services department. I think a couple of those pictures were posted on our website, and I think are behind me now. So a big thank you to everyone who helped us get through Hurricane Ida. That is all from me, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Committeeman Thompson. Committeeman Wright.
Oh, thank you. Public Works, which has been working tirelessly. The Public Works Department is currently focusing its efforts on road crack sealant program before winter arrives. The fleet of the leaf collection machines is also being ready to collect nearly 10,000 cubic yards of leaves as they do each year. This program will start the first week of November and run through to the end of December. The Public Works Department urges residents to visit the Public Works page on the Township website for information on leaf removal, including the place your leaves to be collected. DPW is also asking residents to please keep the recycling cans, trash cans, and any other items off the street. Public Works requires access to the curb line so our street sweepers can clean the roads efficiently. Building, as a reminder, permit fees are waived for the Ida flood-related damages until December 31st, 2021. Now, calling on all seniors who just want to have fun. Should I say that twice? Calling all seniors just wanting to have fun. Join the Hillsborough Township Social Services Department in partnership with the Foothills Acres Rehabilitation and Nursing Center for some not so scary fun, but the Boo Bash in the Park event on Wednesday, October 27th, 2021, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Limited space is available. Wear a costume to enter into the costume contest. You get to play carnival games, enjoy a free lunch, stroll by multiple vendors, listen to music, and win prizes and more. Now, to register for this, you can email rooms@hillsborough-nj.org. That's ROOMS@hillsborough-nj.org. Or you can just use your telephone, and you can call in to 908-369-3880. And again, that number is 908-369-3880. And all we would need is just your name and your phone number for that. Now, also the plastic bag update. Thank you to all the Hillsborough residents who donated their plastic shopping bags. Residents truly came through, and we collected 500 pounds of plastic in less than 2 months. We are not collecting any more bags at this time, and soon we will have a brand new sustainable park bench from Trex. So if I confuse that, we're done collecting bags at this point in time. We've collected enough, and we're going to be receiving a brand new bench that's sustainable park bench. That's it for me, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Wright. Deputy Mayor Delcor.
Thanks, Mayor. First of all, from the tax assessor's office, there are some tax deductions that are available to be filed. If you're a veteran, there's a veteran's deduction, there's a veteran's exemption, and there's also a senior deduction. And if you'd like to file those, please make sure you get those into the tax assessor's office before the end of the year to be eligible for the 2021 tax year. If you think you might be eligible, you can contact the assessor's office directly. That's 908-369-8077. Or you can download the forms at the tax assessor section of the Hillsborough Township website, and it'll give you all the directions and qualifications. Or you can just reach out to the tax assessors. They'll give you all the details about who and if you might be eligible for any of those deductions. We certainly want to make sure that everyone's taking advantage of the opportunity to take those deductions if they are eligible. From the finance organization, the most recent tax bills were recently mailed. If you have not received it, please contact the finance office at 369-8672. And just a reminder that fourth quarter tax payments are due on November 1st for those that don't pay their taxes through their escrow. The Recreation Department, we have a host of events upcoming for the Halloween holiday. First, we have on October 28th, that's a Thursday, from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. at Norris Farm. The Recreation Department will be hosting their 7th annual Children's Halloween Party. The event costs $8 per child and includes a walk through the children's bale maze, a hayride to the pumpkin patch, and much more. We do ask that you pre-register for this, so we make sure that we've got coverage for everyone and we don't overburden the farm. So registration is required, and that's available on the Parks and Recreation website. So please, if you're interested and want to have your kids join for a really great time at Norris Farm, please sign up through the Recreation website. Then on Saturday, October the 30th, starting at 8:30 a.m. at Ann Van Middlesworth Park, we'll have our annual dog Halloween parade and costume contest. I've done this 3 or 4 years now, and I got to tell you, some of the outfits that people put their dogs is really hysterical, funny, amazing. How creative people can be astounds me sometimes. So it's a lot of fun during the event. Families and pets will be able to gather together in the dog park, and we'll have the Hillsborough Girl Scouts. They'll be ranking the costumes, and there will be some prizes available for best costume, best group costume, and much more. And all prizes are donated from some of our local businesses, and it's a really fun event. So if you have a pet and you like to participate, please come join us. There is no pre-registration required. Just show up at Ann Van Middlesworth Park that morning, and but we do ask make sure your dogs are on leashes for that event. And finally, for Halloween, we have we're going to return this year our Trunk or Treat event, which is at Willow Road Complex. We did this for the first time last year, and it was really driven by COVID, so that we didn't have kids constantly going door to door. We know we both families on the delivery and the receiving end of that sometimes had a little concern about having people go door to door. So the Trunk or Treat event is going to run Saturday, October 30th from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. And families can provide a decorated trunk or vehicle that candy can be handed out then to trunk or treaters. What's really interesting is, again, the creativity of some people here is well beyond my creative imagination. But people decorate their vehicles. You can stroll kind of walking to each vehicle, and then each vehicle will hand out some candy and things to the kids. So it's a lot of fun, and everything is contained in sort of the one place at Willow Road Park. So again, registration for the trunk or treating aspect is now completed. We still have room for families that wish to provide a decorated trunk. So if you have a vehicle you'd like to go out there and be able to provide for the kids, please come on out. It's a lot of fun, and I think everyone will enjoy it. Regarding voting information, obviously we're closing in on Election Day. Registered voters can take part in early voting beginning October 23rd, and that'll run through October 31st. Voting will take place here in the municipal building on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and all other days will run from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Registered voters can also vote in person on Election Day at their designated polling locations. If you're not sure which is your designated location, please see the Somerset County Elections website for more information on the 2021 election. And finally, sort of circling back to our Halloween events, or at least fall festival events, we've got our first ever Scarecrow Festival. It's been a rousing success thanks to the creativity of our residents, lots of local business owners and organizations, as well as our township employees. And this was really an event that was created by our township employees here. There's been a steady stream of people coming by to take photos. If you haven't seen it, they're all right out front in the rain garden out front of the municipal building. Please stop by and take a picture. And you can share the Scarecrow photos on social media using the hashtag Borough Scarecrow Festival 21. And you can also cast your vote using the on-site QR code or on the form on the township website for your favorite Scarecrow. So it's a lot of fun. Again, creativity of our residents, and please take a look at all the work that's gone into that, and vote for your favorite Scarecrow. That's all for me today, Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Yeah, just echo, the Scarecrows are phenomenal. I mean, the time put in has been astounding, and the creativity is just, it's much more than just what you would see in a farm, let's put it that way. All right, so a couple things today. Something new that we're doing. Hillsborough Township will be transforming the front lawn of the municipal complex into a field of honor for Veterans Day. The Rotary Club of Hillsborough is offering township residents the opportunity to honor their favorite vets with flags on the way to commemorate their sacrifice and heroism through the Flags for Heroes initiative. Residents who wish to sponsor flags for the veterans in their lives can do so for $50 each. The 3x5 flag hangs on a 10-foot pole and will be displayed on the corner of South Branch Road and Beekman Lane from November 6th through November 20th. The Flags for Heroes initiative is a fundraiser with a portion of the proceeds being donated to the Hillsborough Township veterans. I'm always proud of how Hillsborough Township and Rotary continue to honor our vets. This will be a wonderful patriotic display in honor of our veterans. Please look for a future announcement with instructions for sponsoring a veteran. I don't know if you ever saw that. There was Montgomery did something similar years ago. When I saw it, I was very jealous. So I'm glad that my Rotary Club and our township have done that, because I think it's a very, very patriotic way to support the veteran in your life. So please look forward to that. On October 3rd, I had the pleasure of opening the 2021 corn maze at Norris Hill Farm, located at South Branch Road in Hillsborough. The Norris family began farming at this location in 1920. The corn maze first opened in 2005 and since then has been a popular local attraction. This year's owners, Rich and Debbie Norris, are dedicating this year's design to Hillsborough's 250th anniversary by featuring the words Hillsborough 1771 in the cornfield. So there's plenty of opportunity to get lost because it's nice and long. With over 2 miles of paths spreading over 5 acres of the farm, you are sure to have an amazing time. In addition to the corn maze, Norris Hills Farm Scare Farm opened with 3 spooky attractions: Creepy Hollow, Pennoni walking trails, and the Sleigh Ride Hayride. Bring the family for a scary good time. And thank you to the Norrises and had a great time, and Jeff was with me too. Had a nice day. Food distribution. On September 30th, I joined the Social Service Department and canned volunteers at the Drive Up Food distribution, services at the Willow Road Complex. While there, we distributed perishable food items such as meat, cheese, fresh produce, and peanut butter and jelly to Hillsborough residents in need. And I'd like to thank all the residents who donated to the can over the past few months, because that directly turns into food for the needy. And it's a great thing that we do, and the residents taking part and the volunteers who help come out to distribute the food. Hard to believe, but on October 5th, I was invited to attend the YMCA's 25th anniversary celebration. They did some things on the speeches of what happened 25 years ago, and believe it or not, the Macarena was the hit song back there. So if that song is now running through your brain, I'm sorry, but I was like, oh my goodness. Throughout its history, Hillsborough YMCA had made a profound impact as a place where all people can find resources, support fellowship and hope, and all of which is essential to the foundation of a community. Congratulations to Hillsborough YMCA on this milestone. We just finished our 4th annual restaurant week. Despite the ongoing challenges our restaurants community face, such as staff and supply shortages, they came together to showcase Hillsborough as a culinary destination. We look forward to our continued partnership and cannot wait to see what you have in store for us during next year's event. Thank you to all the hard work from our staff, to all the departments who help support this event, and to the EBDC members who help distribute the flyers. And I was also happy to announce that we've already come up with a date for next year. So put on your calendars. It will be September 27th to October 2nd. Planning is already underway, so please contact the office or business advocate for participating details. And as then Mayor Doug did, hitting around all the restaurants and doing the tour, I'll tell you, there's a lot of restaurants in this town. And they're all eager to share what they do. And I really was honored to meet the owners and talk a little about what they had, and they shared with me their visions. So on Sunday, October 10th, I was joined by Hillsborough residents and the township employees for annual Mayor's Wellness Walk and Talk. It was a great time to get to know some of our residents while enjoying the beautiful fall foliage at Duke Farms. Thank you to the director of Duke Farm, Margaret, for being our tour guide. The park was actually closed. They opened it just for us, and she took us around and showed some sights, including the gorgeous orchid garden. If you haven't been in there, the flowers are just simply amazing. Deb was in there, and I actually had to drag her and her husband out. They were like stuck in there. I'm like, come on, we got to go. But it's really a great place to take a family. You can ride your bikes or take a walk. It's really beautiful. But as always, you can stay connected with all events and more via the Wednesday e-newsletter. Be sure to follow and like the official Hillsborough Township Facebook, Twitter page, and TV 29 and Hillsborough YouTube channel showcase our meetings and Hillsborough Good Life episodes, and of course, Hillsborough alerts for traffic and emergency notifications. So that's all the news that I have for now. So we're going to move on to our our favorite portion is our proclamations and presentations. So we have about 6 to do today. So I will call each recipient up one at a time after receiving your recognition, and we'll pose for a picture. We will ask you to return to your seat, and then when it's all done, we will then take a brief pause, as always, for you to leave if you would like. So I will step down, and our first one will be for Down Syndrome Acceptance Month. Green light. Yes. All right. Thank you. All right. October is National Down Syndrome Acceptance Month, and approximately 1 in every 700 children are born with Down syndrome, representing an estimated 6,000 births per year in the United States. Gigi's Playhouse is a national Down syndrome achievement center serving children and adults of all ages, providing educational and therapeutic programs at no charge in a format that individuals with Down syndrome learn best. Their mission is to change the way the world sees Down syndrome. Gigi's Playhouse in Hillsborough has successfully supported families in New Jersey since opening in January 2015 with the aid of local community through third-party fundraisers. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and the Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby declare October as National Down Syndrome Acceptance Month, and we ask all citizens to celebrate with us the abilities and accomplishments for those with Down syndrome.
I'm Liz. I'm the Playhouse manager. I just want to say thank you to everybody for your support. Without you guys, we couldn't do what we do every day. As most of you know, we are a 99% volunteer run with only one employee. So really everybody who volunteers, who donates, everything you do makes it possible. And actually, while we're here, we're actually doing a plaque trade.
Okay.
As everybody knows, the gala in March of 2020 got canceled because of COVID. In our gala in 2020, Hillsborough Township Committee was supposed to be honored as our Community Partner of the Year, and this has been sitting in my office for almost 2 years now, so I thought tonight we'd just trade plaques.
Especially because Doug did a great webinar for your fundraiser last year in his pajamas.
It was a great event because
Does the pajamas have the feet in it?
One more. Jeremy doesn't get one first. Yeah, they're gonna spin one.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. February 26th at the East Hilton. Yeah. I think East Brunswick Hilton. Done. Thank you.
Was that your fundraiser one?
February 26th at the East Brunswick Hilton.
February 26th at the East Brunswick Hilton will be the Gigi Playhouse fundraiser. I would recommend everyone to go. It's a great time. All right. So our next one is for the Hillsborough Township Italian American Community, otherwise known as Unico. I'll just say hi.
Is it Anthony supposed to be here?
Yeah.
Okay. Hillsborough Township Italian American Community has contributed greatly to cultural landscape since its earliest days. Italians began migrating to the United States in 1880, and today there are more than 26 million Americans of Italian descent in this country. The Hillsborough chapter of Unico was founded in 2009 as an Italian American service organization committed to charitable works, supporting higher education, and performing patriotic deeds under the motto "Service Above Self." Unico stands for unity, neighborliness, integrity, charity, and opportunity. The Hillsborough chapter of Unico annually awarded the Brian Piccolo Scholarship to 2 Hillsborough High School students. The award of scholarship to Miss Unico. All right, Ms. Unico, support the Rotary Fairs Family Fun Day. Recently donated almost 500 pounds to date to the Hillsborough Community Assistant Network, otherwise CAN, as part of the 1,000 Pounds of Pasta Project, and has engaged in many fundraising events to support the community and continues to do so. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and Hillsborough Township Committee, batteries on, Hillsborough Township Committee do hereby recognize October 2021 as Italian American Heritage and Culture Month and encourage all residents to join in celebrating the many contributions of the Italian Americans. Mike's You want to say something you have together? Or let's take a picture. Yes, all right. Turn sideways. It's amazing how batteries die only at our meetings. Okay.
I have a prepared speech. So on behalf of the members of the Hillsborough chapter of Unico and myself, I would like to thank the Township Committee members for recognizing the efforts and contributions our chapter members have made to support our community over the past 12 years. Time flies. As our chapter membership continues to grow, we look forward to increasing our efforts to support those in need. We are also grateful for the past and present committee members and the men and women who work for our township in truly making Hillsborough a great place to live. Thank you. Unico is the largest Italian-American service organization in the country. There's over 5,000 members and over 100 chapters throughout the country. And we take great pride in our Italian traditions, heritage, and culture. We thank you for recognizing the month of October as Italian-American Heritage and Culture Month as we honor the hard work of Italian immigrants who helped build this country, the contributions Italian culture has brought to our society, the acknowledgement of Italian Americans as a community, and most importantly to Italians, it's about remembering to be proud of who we are. Thank you very much. Really grazie.
So Patrick McCarthy's first. So we continue our ongoing parade of Eagle Scouts in this town, which is really great. So first off, Patrick McCarthy, a Hillsborough High School junior and member of the Boy Scout Troop 186, has earned the rank of Eagle Scout. Patrick Eagle Scout project consists of cleaning and rehabilitating the Triangle Elementary School Friendship Garden. Weeds and dead plants were removed, 3 tons of stone were laid down, the paver brick area was painted and sanded, and benches were cleaned and painted. The project took 162 hours to complete with the assistance of 17 volunteers. Patrick served as the assistant senior patrol leader, quartermaster, troop guide, librarian, and historian/webmaster. Patrick participated in Hillsborough High School Spirit Day Video Council and has earned a 2nd degree black belt in Taekwondo. He has also volunteered to Operation Shootbox, Brookdale Senior Living, and Samaritan Homeless Intern Program, otherwise known as SHIP. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby recognize and extend our sincere congratulations to Patrick McCarthy for having achieved rank of Eagle Scout, an honor for both himself and for those who have guided him, and we wish him the best and a bright future.
Thank you. Also, thanks to all the people who helped me. Thank you. Oh, and mom and dad.
Mom, Dad. Here. Come on, Mom, Dad. Now, we're going to see if people are paying attention today. So first off, we're going to have Christian come up. We have three brothers. They blew my whole line. See if I was paying attention. So, okay, we have three brothers, each receiving a proclamation for achieving the rank of Eagle Scout, which is a great achievement. I will call each one up individually, and then we will have all three come back for a family photo. I don't think we've ever had three brothers at the same time. So, First, keep going here. So, Christian Armento is a Hillsborough High School freshman and member of the Boy Scout Troop 186 and has earned the rank of Eagle Scout. Christian's Eagle Scout project consists of collecting activities and games for seniors in the care facilities in Hillsborough, including Foothill Acres, American Assisted Living, Bridgeway Care and Rehabilitation Centers, and Brookdale. Over 2,000 items were collected, creating 400 individual packages that were distributed to the seniors. The project took over 7 weeks and took 135 hours to complete and assistance of 15 volunteers. Christian served as a patrol leader, troop guide, and outdoor ethics guide. Christian enjoys participating in soccer and basketball. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and the Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby recognize and extend our sincere congratulations to Christian Armento for having achieved rank of Eagle Scout, and honor for both himself and for those who guided him, and the best wishes for a bright future.
I would just like to thank everyone for helping me to get to this goal. 2,000 donations is a lot, and I know my mom helped me a lot and my dad, so thanks for supporting me along that. And I would just like to thank everyone who donated on behalf of me and the seniors. I'm sure it made a big impact on their lives, and it was a great goal, so thank you everyone.
Drop the mic. Maybe it's not the batteries.
Do you want a picture individually or?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Brother number 2, Dominic. All right. Got your thing up here. Dominic Armento is a Hillsborough High School junior and member of Boy Scout Troop 186, who has also earned the rank of Eagle Scout. Dominic's Eagle Scout project consisted of designing and constructing a shaded area in the prayer garden at Mary Mother of God Church. Shade sails were attached via pad eyes and fasteners to the walls of the prayer garden. Storage bins were provided as well for the winter months. The project took 122 hours to complete with the assistance of 31 volunteers. Dominic has served as patrol leader and assistant patrol leader. Dominic is a member of the Hillsborough High School robotics team. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby recognize and extend our sincere congratulations to Dominic Armento for having achieved the rank of Eagle Scout, an honor for both himself and for those who guided him, and the best wishes on a bright future.
I would just like to thank everyone who helped out with my project. It was a lot of work, and it took a long time to get done. I'm sure it made a big impact on the church. Hopefully that shaded area, it can now be used more for people who want to pray, just for kind of anything. And I want to extend another thank you out to my parents and my brothers who were there with me the entire time.
You're blowing my photo up. All right, Matt, last but not least. All right. Good. Matthew Armento, a high school junior, a member of Boy Scout Troop 186, if you haven't figured it out by now, has earned the rank of Eagle Scout. Matthew's Eagle Scout project consists of dismantling, repairing, and replacing the waterfall at Mary Mother of God Church. This included replacing the pump, the entire liner, and rocks. 3 new planter sections were added, and a real statue replaced the plastic one. Solar lighting was installed to illuminate the statue of Mary at night. The project took 309.5 hours to complete with the assistance of 24 volunteers. Matthew has served as a troop scribe. Matthew has earned a second-degree belt in Taekwondo also. So that keeps our no brothers. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby recognize and extend our sincere congratulations to Matthew Armento for having achieved the rank of Eagle Scout, an honor for both himself and for those who guided him, and with the best wishes for a bright future. Congratulations, Matthew.
I just want to say thank you so much for everyone for helping me with my project. It was definitely a lot of work to get the waterfall up to where it is right now, but I'm sure that it means a lot to the church and a lot to everyone who's going to be using it to pray and feel a little bit more at peace with themselves and whatever they're dealing with. So thank you all for helping, and thank you, Mom and Dad, for helping me help them.
I wouldn't, they don't Taekwondo.
Yeah.
All right, brothers, come on up. Mom and Dad. Reflex. I don't know when you have time with all this. I did it. I didn't think so. Congratulations. Okay, so we'll take a brief recess and we'll reconvene in 5 minutes. Hillsborough, New Jersey, celebrating 250 years of a rich history. Hi, I'm Mayor Sean Lapani, and I'm proud to showcase Hillsborough, one of the best places to live in America. From the preserved farms that help feed the world, to the Vanderveer House, to the John R. Stott's house, restored and currently utilized for business, to the magnificent and world-famous Duke Farms, where you can walk or ride a bike through their historic grounds, to the iconic Neshannock Reformed Church, and just down the road is our fabulous Neshannock Mill, located right on the picturesque Raritan River. You're invited to visit Hillsborough, a great place to live, work, play, and do business anytime. And experience over 250 years of proud history in Hillsborough, New Jersey. Hillsborough, New Jersey, celebrating 250 years of a rich history. Hi, I'm Mayor Sean Lapani, and I'm proud to showcase Hillsborough, one of the best places to live in America. From the preserved farms that help feed the world, to the Vanderveer House, to the John R. Stott's house, restored and currently utilized for business, to the magnificent and world-famous Duke Farms, where you can walk or ride a bike through their historic grounds, to the iconic Neshannock Reformed Church, and just down the road is our fabulous Neshannock Mill, located right on the picturesque Raritan River. You're invited to visit Hillsborough, a great place to live, work, play, and do business anytime. And experience over 250 years of proud history in Hillsborough, New Jersey. Hillsborough, New Jersey, celebrating 250 years of a rich history. Hi, I'm Mayor Sean Lapani, and I'm proud to showcase Hillsborough, one of the best places to live in America. From the preserved farms that help feed the world, to the Vanderveer House, to the John R. Stott's house, restored and currently utilized for business, to the magnificent and world-famous Duke Farms,
where you can walk or ride a bike through their historic grounds, to the iconic Neshannock Reformed Church, and just down the road is our fabulous Neshannock Mill located right on the picturesque Raritan River.
you're invited to visit Hillsborough, a great place to live, work, play, and do business anytime. And experience over 250 years of proud history in Hillsborough, New Jersey. Are we rolling still, Sarah? Okay, we're going to start again. So all those leaving, thank you. Congratulations to all the Armento brothers and also to Patrick McCarthy on their Eagle Scouts. That's really cool. So that, as we say, concludes our proclamations for this evening. And we also would like to thank all the work that they do for our, our churches and other things, doing projects to make Hillsborough, again, one of the better places to live. So there's no new business at this time. So at this point, we'll have some public comment on new business and matters not on today's agenda. We're going to ask that we try and be prepared when you come up for your comments so that we can keep the meeting moving. So we're going to allow you 5 minutes on a one-time kick at the can, so to speak. So before you call them up, make sure you have all your thoughts in a row so that as we can continue to keep the meeting moving. So anyone for new comments? Please state your name and address for the record.
Steve Cohen, 60 Oak Terrace, Hillsborough. Good evening.
Why don't you pick that up a little bit if you need to? Or
Yeah.
you can make it a little higher.
Yeah, make it a little higher.
You got I'm sure it's profound.
There you go. Rock and roll.
Jeez. Hope I have to get used to this. I have material to hand out. Am I allowed to?
Sure.
Okay. Just working from right to left. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you have any extra, you can leave in the back, Steve, in case any of the public wants one. Okay, thank you.
Scan it and send it to you in email for publication. Anyway, what I have is a presentation or a suggestion to the Township Committee. This is a matter of discussing safety crossings in town. Back in the day when I sat on the Board of Education, one of the continual complaints we heard from parents were the walking to school issues, especially during winter. Being in the Northeast, icy conditions, it was very difficult for our kids to backpack, carry instruments. We heard it a lot. We got a lot of emails on this. And now that I have a form running as a candidate, I thought I'd take advantage of it and bring this to light. I think the town can take a look at this. I don't want to go through everything line by line. You can review it if you have any questions. Basically, what I have in here is suggestions regarding types of crossings that are available, where they're at locally if you want to see what they look like. And then with the cooperation of the Board of Education, school administration, I was able to identify a number of locations. There's some primary locations that they thought were very important to their mission, and ours, of course, to protect our citizens, especially our young children. The imperative locations were Emerald Road, and Raider Boulevard, that crossing area, Orton Road and New Amwell, another one, and then Emerald Road at Marshall Road. They identified those 3 locations as very important to their mission in terms of safety crossings. And then next level, but no less important as far as I'm concerned, Triangle Road and Farm Road, Triangle Road and Barton Road, Beekman Lane and South Branch Road, Beekman Lane and Triangle Road, Amwell Road, Beekman Lane and Barton Road Intermediate School. And what this basically entails is striping, signage, flashing lights. You'll notice on a couple of the pages inside, page 3 and 4 specifically, it's material that I picked up from New Jersey DOT site. Very informative, something that it's an inexpensive solution. You're dealing with signage, flashing lights, solar powered, signage in the middle of the roadway prior to the crosswalk, warning people. One of the things I experienced, one of the experiences I had checking this out was I went down Route 206 to Princeton, took a picture with my wife. They have strobe lights. You hit the button so you can cross over 206. It's a 25-mile-an-hour zone. I got run over. I literally was dodging cars. Nobody would stop. I got yelled at. I got saluted, and not low, one finger, and just trying to use the crosswalk several times. And what I noticed was in this material from DOT, something that they don't do, but we probably can't do either, because being a state highway, throwing something down in the middle of the road would probably be an issue with somebody trying to get around somebody, stopping, they hit it, damaged the car, was another accident. But certainly with Barton Road and some of the other island streets we have, we could put warning, you must stop in the crosswalk, the lights are flashing. So we can do that, and it's not that costly.
Thank you.
It's less than 5 minutes.
Right on.
All right, any questions?
Thank you, Steve.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you.
Next.
Maria Janusik, 720 East Freck Avenue, Manville, New Jersey.
Hello, Maria.
Also Hillsborough Township property owner, Block 86, Lot 32155, Camp Lane Road. I have some papers. Can I give them?
Sure.
This is in regard to one thing that I want to discuss.
Thank you.
And this is going to be something else that I want to discuss. May I give this to the attorney?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, ma'am.
You leaving us out, Maria?
Something I said?
No, I'm sorry. I apologize.
I know, it's all right. I got your letter, the most recent one. Is it pertaining to
I'll
this?
share.
I apologize to both of you guys.
No, it's okay. Not a word.
I'm sure you'll tell us.
What?
I'm sure you'll tell us about it.
Okay, so go ahead.
We'll keep this secret. Last Thursday, I attended the public hearing that was held at the planning board for the Campus Associates application. And I've gone to other public hearings, and that one was very bizarre, or maybe not bizarre. I think the word is useless. It was a useless public meeting because members of the public were told that they were forbidden to ask any questions of the applicant's attorney or ask questions of the planning board chairman, Carl Sarachi, or any other members of the board, which included participation by Mayor Lapani and Deputy Mayor Delport. Most of the members of the public were property owners from the Green Hills development, and they had experienced severe flooding during this current storm Ida. They were told they could talk about what had been discussed at prior meetings, or they could talk about their feelings, but they could not ask any questions, which was a very strange public hearing, because that should be something, that should be a place where people can ask questions and find out what's going on, and get some transparency on what's happening. The campus application had been denied at the planning board meeting on February 25th, 2021, and that is documented in the verbatim transcript, and it documents why it was denied. And that's what I handed out. On page 70, it says, and this is Mayor Lapani speaking, the basis of the denial is the fact that we have a 150-foot buffer that our Environmental Commission recommends that we maintain over the DEP's regulation. The fact that the downstream analysis was not done, and we don't know completely of the engineering that would be in respect to that. And also the fact that there is still some questions as to the water runoff, if it will be adequately maintained. So until all those are answered, I do not want to put as a conditional approval. I'd like to have that as my condition tonight. So there were very valid reasons why that application was denied. The applicant was required to do a downstream analysis, and the applicant chose not to do it.
Actually, the applicant was not required. We asked for it, but by the judge was not required. They did not have to do the downstream analysis.
Was that in the settlement agreement that they don't have to do
No,
it
that was the
downstream?
judge decision, Judge Shanahan's decision.
Judge Shanahan's decision was after this was denied.
That's correct.
Okay, so this was part of the application to the planning board, that they needed to do that downstream. I had a letter, I don't have it with me, that had gone to the applicant's attorney, Mr. Policastro, who is chairman of the environmental group, and that analysis was not done. And that analysis was very important because the property has wetlands. There's a conservation easement on it. I think they need a permit for also a flood hazard area. And there are a lot of issues with flooding with the Green Hills development. And
Ms.
property owners.
Janasek, you're almost out of time, so if you have a question or something, I would get to that, because we all know the history.
Okay. No, I don't know that everybody knows the history.
Well,
Because what happened was exactly what you say. After the application was denied, at one of the meetings here, there was an executive session that showed that litigation for campus was on there. Didn't say anything more. Next thing, there's an ordinance that was approved and adopted by the governing body, ordinance 2021-12. And it says, whereas pursuant to an order entered by the Honorable Kevin M. Shanahan, presiding judge of the Civil Division on June 7, 2021. So this is after the application had been denied in February. The township is required to amend its zoning ordinance in order to make the application submitted by campus fully conforming without the need for any variance or waiver relief. So the judge, after this application was already denied, now, according to whoever drafted this ordinance, the judge is stating that the governing body has to change its zoning law to accommodate the applicant to make their application fully conforming without the need for any variance or waiver relief. Now, at that meeting, Attorney Bernstein started talking about variances that were being that had been submitted, requests for variances. This says the applicant didn't need any variance. So what was the purpose of bringing that up? I don't know. Then
you're
it
about
says
1
here-
minute left, so if you can get to.
And then it says here, now further be it ordained, the township committee, let's see, is here, the township committee, the township of Hillsborough, county of Somerset, section 188-106, the township code entitled supplemental regulations is hereby amended, revised, and supplemented so as to add 2 additional paragraphs, H and I, which shall read as follows. There shall be a 50-foot buffer for the stream corridor versus the 150 which will no longer be applicable. So there had been a requirement by the Hillsborough Township zoning ordinance for a 150-foot buffer, but it was changed to 50. And then there shall not be an obligation on the developer of the project to provide a downstream drainage study with respect to the viability of the 42-inch pipe that is located under Dukes Parkway. This is Hillsborough law saying that the developer doesn't have to do anything about a 42-inch pipe. Now,
Ms.
the way
Janusik,
this is
you're almost
worded-
out of time, so
the
I'm
way
gonna,
this is worded
I'm gonna help you
is-
for a second.
the way-
We don't
The way this
disagree
is
with you.
worded is that someone else, because it doesn't seem like the judge said that. The judge said
Right.
no variance or waiver, and then this other stuff was added after the application was denied. How does that happen? That's what I'd like to know.
I think you were at the meeting, because I know you were there.
I was at the
And
meeting.
it was explained by the counselor at the time that essentially that was remanded back to us to approve the application as submitted and give the appropriate waivers, i.e. the buffer, and all the other waivers that were required to make the project solvent. And that was the judge, per order Judge Shanahan. Case closed. Frank was there, you were there.
I was
All
there.
your neighbors seemed to understand what was going on. I don't understand,
No,
you're out of time,
no,
so I don't know what else.
No, I'm asking, how does the judge order the governing body to change the laws of Hillsborough?
We went through this.
No, we
Do
didn't
you want
go
to do it
through
again?
this.
It's called the
We didn't
affordable
go through
housing.
this. What? It's
It's the
what?
affordable housing mandate. They have the power to do that. Fair share and the judge have the power to do that. So
The judge has the ability to override the law when I think it's not being applied as it relates to the affordable housing obligations that we have. So that's where we ended up. I don't think, as the mayor noted, we're all in alignment. We agree. We're not happy with the ruling. We wish it hadn't come down. And we denied the application at planning board for a reason. But here we are, and we have to abide by the court ruling. That's where we are. I know it's hard for you to accept too. It's hard for us to accept, but at this point, we have no other alternative. So I'm not sure what more will give you comfort that how this happened, but that's how it happened. And if you have an issue, I think you take it up with the courts. It's not something we can satisfy you on, I don't believe.
Well, then, so what is the purpose of having the interveners submit applications when anything and everything they do is okay, and you are ordered by the court? First, it was Judge Thomas C. Miller who ordered an ordinance, and then an ordinance amending that ordinance. So you had one judge involved, and then it was Judge Shanahan coming in and saying, "Oh, no, you can't even ask them to have variances and waivers." What is the purpose of submitting an application? And then what was the purpose of having that public hearing when no one was allowed to ask questions?
the purpose of the hearing is so that people can see what's going on. The board has a chance to ask questions if we have questions on buffering or drainage or whatever, which every planning board does by law and by MUL. The caveat that you don't seem to be able to wrap your head around is that affordable housing has its own set of little micro rules that supersede the MUL, which if you can't understand that, I'm sorry, but you're way over time. So that's the answer. Do you have another question or comment? Because we need to move on. But I can't answer the question other than you were here and you saw what happened, and that's what the judge said.
I did see what happened.
Okay.
And no questions were allowed to be asked. And so there are settlement agreements with all of these interveners, and basically it's the same thing. They can do whatever they want, and you have to let them have the application.
So
Because
I just want to be clear though.
What it
So,
is.
We're on the same page that we're not happy with the judge's ruling, but I want to make sure everyone understands what happened at the hearing, because there were questions, they were just directed to the board. There was public hearing, but the questions on testimony had closed at the last hearing. So there was no new testimony being put forth, which is why the public was not able to question the applicant on their and his professionals on their testimony. So I don't want there to be this perception out there that no one could comment or ask questions. There was testimony had closed. There was no new testimony, so there were no new questions. So let's just, accuracy matters here.
And there were no new questions, but there may have been questions on prior things, but no one was
the
allowed.
Public hearing had
No one
closed,
was
so
allowed
that-
to
and that's
ask.
the- how,
No one
unfortunately,
was
how
allowed to ask
process
questions.
works.
So in regard to the interveners, each intervener in the affordable housing court mandated requirements for Hillsborough, each intervener has a separate settlement agreement.
Yes.
Yeah, each one is separate and individual to itself,
Were each of those agreements done separately, or is that a
separately,
group thing? Who
separately.
was the attorney who represented Hillsborough in each of those settlement
It was
agreements?
Judge Miller and Eric Bernstein and Fair Share Housing and Miss, I'm blanking on her name now, but
Beth McMahon.
Beth McManus and the court and the special
Who was
court
our
master.
Special master.
Yeah, so there was multiple people in the room. There were probably 6 or 7 people in the room that go over this. But so again, you're like way over time here. So do you have a specific question that you want to ask? Because I'm extending it to you, but we're over time here.
So, all right, well, I don't know. There are going to be a lot of people asking.
You're getting one
questions.
chance, we got other people here, but you get one chance, and for 5 minutes, you've now been on for 25 minutes. So you kind of went on longer than you need to on the first one. We understand the history, but you used your time for that. So if you have one, I'll give you another 2 minutes if you have something else new.
Yeah. I received a letter from Thomas Bellinger, Hillsborough's Assistant Township Engineer, because I have repeatedly asked for copies of the permits from the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection Division of Land Use Regulation. And it says here, this letter, dear Ms. Janusik, this letter is to inform you and confirm that the township engineering staff provided you all requested permits for the Sherman Tract. You were again provided with copies of the NJDEP and DRCC permits at the counter on October 5, 2021. In the future, all requests for information should be directed to the clerk's office as an open request, so documentation will be on record. All right, so I was told that if I wanted the permits, I should go to the engineering department. I believe it was Attorney Bernstein who said it would be the engineering department or the construction department that would have the permits. So that's where I went.
So you handed me a permit from the
And I
DEP.
have given you a copy of what was given to me. If you look at it,
So what do you think you're missing, Ms. Janusik?
Well, let's not go
The
there,
permits-
okay? So, Ms. Janusik.
Public comment.
Ms. Janusik, I received your letter. I contacted the engineering department. You requested permits, NJT permits pertaining to the RPM development, the Sherman Tract, is that correct?
yes,
Okay, so the engineering department says they gave you the permits. However, I'm not here to judge whether they didn't. You say you didn't get them. They continue to represent that they gave it to you. So I asked them to make a copy of what they gave to you, and I have it right here, and I'm giving you another copy. So here, for the record, I'm handing you the RPM Development Project NJDEP permit 1810-04-0016.2 LUP 200001. I'm also handing you, as part of the package, a treatment works permit approval from the NJDEP, again, pertaining to the RPM Development Project. It's number 21-0267. So I'm going to hand you those here right now on the record.
may I ask you? Because
I'm going to hand you these here right now on the record. If you have any questions, please take your time to review these documents. If you have any question, contact the engineering department. Now, also, I don't know, they also handed me some documents, and I don't know if you requested these separately, but did you request anything on Heritage Business Campus?
No, I did
No?
not.
Okay, because they also provided me documents from Heritage Business Campus that I guess they indicated that you at one point in time, but if you don't need those, those are yours. If you don't want them, that's fine.
I have no idea what that was.
Okay. Again, take your time to review those. If you have any questions, contact the engineering department. They are here Monday through Friday from, what time is it? 8:30 to
8 to
4?
4:30. 8 to 4:30.
Thank you.
And is there all right, what was required as a property owner adjoining block 86 lot 21, I received a legal notification via certified mail, return receipt requested. And the general permits were 2, general permit 2, general permit 6, 6A and 11, and also a flood hazard individual permit. Is there a copy of that flood hazard individual?
Again, if you have any questions regarding the actual permits themselves, take a look at that document. You can contact the engineering department. They are open, I guess, again, what was it, 8:30 to 4:30?
On the second
Again,
page,
that's what they handed me. Please contact them.
if you could take a look at what I handed to you. And on page 2 of 7, it says there for each permit, general permit 11, general permit 6, general permit 6A. It shows permanent disturbance, it shows temporary disturbance. For temporary disturbance, it shows 0, that there won't be any temporary disturbance. For the other ones, it's showing very minute portions of property, 0.005, 0.023, 0, so that adds up to, like, I think, 0.30, not even an acre. That's what's being permitted. That's 62 acres over there, and this is what's being permitted by these permits.
I believe you're reading that. I believe you're reading it accurately. However, I'm not an engineer. I don't think anybody on this board is an engineer. I suggest you contact the engineering department, ask them that very question, and you should be able to get an answer.
Did you give me a copy of the flood hazard individual permit just now?
I gave you what exactly the engineering department copied for me and handed to me. Again, I can't say it again. If you have any questions, you gotta contact them.
Okay, well, I'm putting it on record that I have not been given the permits that are required per the letter, the legal notification that I had received.
Thank you.
This
Thank you. Thank you for your comment.
This
Thank you for-
development impacts my property, so I'm paying attention to what's going on, and I will repeatedly ask, and if not, then it has to go perhaps higher because
Go to the county, they have everything.
because you're impacting a very environmentally important and sensitive area.
Okay.
If you believe there's any NJDEP permits that are not provided to you there that were required, please, again, contact the engineering department and get clarification.
Thank you. Someone in the back, I guess you want to come up, state your name and address for the record, please.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor.
Hi.
and the board.
Name
My name is Praveen Kumaraju.
and your address, please.
My address is 10 Lateral,
Thank you.
Hillsborough.
Thank you.
I moved here 3 years ago.
Mhm.
Great community, great township. Everyone is happy, family is happy. My kids are going to school. They're really good.
Okay.
One request I have, I live in Country Classics
Mhm.
on Amsterdam.
Mhm.
So we moved, like I said, I moved in 3 years ago. The community, the building of it, all the new houses are all done building,
Mhm.
right? So there's no active, there's no active building going on right now, right? So, but the Amsterdam road, I don't know when you guys traveled on the road, the road is really horrible state.
So if you saw our press release that we did for infrastructure, Amsterdam is going to be repaved, but it's 3 phases
Okay.
because we're applying for grants from the state. So we have to break it into 3 phases. So the road will be paved almost in its entirety, but it will probably take over a period of 3 years because it'll be broken out to 3 different phases of grants.
Okay.
So that road will be taken care of.
When would that be? Like
Well, I think the first grant starts for next year.
Okay.
So we apply for a grant, we get the money, and then we'll pave next year.
Okay, and would that be just the main Amsterdam road or like the internal roads? also?
The
Because
grant
I
is for,
bike-
the grant right now is for Amsterdam Road only.
Okay, okay. I have one more question.
Sure.
My kids go to the intermediate, the air school, right? Eventually they'll be going to the high school also. I hear different talks about the new high school. I know the current high school has been overpopulated.
Before you go too far, we have no control over the schools. That is the Board of Ed.
Nothing.
Nothing, we are completely separate.
I see.
So anything that deals with the school, high school, new schools, budget for the schools, Board of Ed meeting.
I see. But when would that happen? Like, what is that? Where would those meetings for the board?
The Board of Ed meets first Monday of the month? First Monday of the month at Orton Road.
Okay, I'll get those details online. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks.
Welcome to Hillsborough. Anyone else that has not spoken? Come on up.
I just
just came here to say thank you. This is my first council meeting.
Please just come up to the mic because the people on TV can't see you.
Yes.
Just say your name and address and you can say whatever you want and leave, but we just need to have you on the mic.
In the microphone, please.
Come up to the mic.
Sorry. This is my first meeting, so I'm new.
Okay,
good
so your name, please,
Yeah, Kalyan Kalidindi,
and your address.
27 Galligan Drive.
Go at it. Thank you very much.
Country Classics, I stay
Okay.
here.
Oh, nice.
I recently became a permanent resident of US. I'm just excited to see this council meetings and everything. This is my first meeting. Everything is good. The town
Okay.
has been very welcoming to me and all. Hopefully, I don't know how I can give back to the town, but if there are any opportunities, I can volunteer and be more, take an active part in the community and
Awesome.
do my best.
Welcome.
Great.
Congratulations on your
Welcome.
citizenship. And if there's anything you want to do, I would just start by going to the office one day and see that we have a volunteer list. So that when we need, for example, in Ida, we ask for volunteers to help come with the food bank. And we ask you to come and you can help that way. It's a good way to start.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
This
you.
is a good experience
Welcome.
for me.
Take care,
You're
neighbor.
welcome. Have a nice day.
Thank you. And congratulations on.
Congratulations.
to this-
Is anyone else on the hot spoke yet? Okay. Motion to close public?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So we'll go on to public hearings. 2021-18, an ordinance to amend an ordinance entitled Salary and Range Ordinance, setting forth the salary ranges for the classification set forth in said ordinance. The ordinance was introduced on August 10th and amended and reintroduced on September 14th. May I have a motion to open to the
I'll
public?
make a motion.
Thank you. Second, right? Second? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Any discussion from the dais
None,
to
Mayor.
start? Okay. Okay, any questions from the public?
Maria Janusik, 720 East Freck Avenue, Manville. Once again, you're showing something that's minimum and maximum. Have all of these employees gotten increases this year?
This has nothing to do with an individual employee. This sets the salary ranges for the jobs only. That's all that is. So it has nothing to do with.
Has this changed from last year?
We actually add a couple of positions that were new to the township. That's what we had to add.
Does that specify on here, show with an
Which
some
ones
kind
were
of
new?
asterisk or something, which ones are new?
I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but I think there was in the engineering or the department, we have added the GIS in the planning, I think was new, and maybe a couple other ones. But we could get that to you if you want specific ones. We can call the office and they'll find out which ones they were.
So those are new positions in the township.
Yes.
And as far as the prior positions, is there a change in the minimum and maximum from last year?
I don't think there was any wholesale changes. No, I think most of it was just adding new positions.
Okay, new positions, okay. And so, all right, so I can get a copy of that information.
Mhm.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. May I have a motion to close and adopt 2021-18?
So move.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeeman Thompson.
Yes.
Committeeman Wright.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Delcor.
Yes.
Mayor LaPlante.
Yes. 21-20, an ordinance to amend the Code of Township, Hillsborough County, Somerset, State of New Jersey by adding Chapter 234 to regulate the use of municipal complex multipurpose conference rooms and approve designated exterior space located at 379 South Branch Road in the Township of Hillsborough County, Somerset, State of New Jersey. May I make a motion to open to public, the public hearing on ordinance 2021-20?
So move.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any discussions from the dais? I'll just do a brief overview. So what this allows us to do, in the past, people have been able to use our multi-purpose room across this way there. We've just been open to the public and for almost anyone who's asked. This basically puts into writing a set of guidelines for requirement to use that said room, plus also after first of the year, any rates that will be charged for the use of that room and kitchen will be done and adopted at the reorg meeting. So that's essentially what this is about. If there's any questions on this, anyone else? from the dais?
I did, yeah, Mayor, I have a question. I brought it up earlier and I was a little confused. Is this something that we have to do just to protect ourselves, meaning the township?
Well, part of it is to establish the requirement for insurance.
Okay.
Yes, would be part to protect the township, plus also to help defer costs possibly of the room when people come in and use it for a profit-making meeting of some sort. They use the kitchen and we have to clean the kitchen, et cetera.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else from this? Okay, anyone from the public? Seeing none. Motion to close and adopt,
So moved.
2021-20. Thank you. Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeeman Thompson,
Yes.
Committeeman Wright,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Delacour,
Yes.
Mayor LaPlante.
Yes. So we have introduction of new ordinances, 2020-22, ordinance to amend Chapter 259, Streets and Sidewalks of the Code of Township of Hillsborough, County of Somerset, State of New Jersey. Further consideration of this ordinance and public hearing will be held on November 9th, 2021. May I have a motion to introduce?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeeman Thompson,
Yes.
Committeeman Wright,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Delacour,
Yes.
Mayor LaPlante.
Yes. All right, we move on to the consent agenda. We have 14 consent agendas. Is there anyone wishing to take any of these separately? Seeing none, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved. Sorry.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. Any comments from the dais on the 1 through 14? I'll just make a brief comment on consent agenda number 2, which is the resolution authorizing CME Associates to prepare an affirmative action marketing plan and rehab program manual in an amount to not to exceed $1,600. This program manual are documents that the township is required to prepare and adopt as part of the overall affordable housing program. This resolution authorized our administrative agent, CME, to prepare both documents in accordance with the recently updated affordable housing ordinance. Both these documents are subject to court approval. So that's just a little bit on that one. Anyone else?
Yeah, Mayor, just
Sure.
a couple things, and we actually have with us today a couple of our fine employees from the Department of Public Works. We have two actual promotions today. We had a resignation in the office, so we have an opportunity to promote Greg Brandt to Assistant Supervisor. And we also have the opportunity then to promote Ron Lemieux as a DPW foreman. And one of the things that is nice to see here in the municipality is we've got a program where we try to allow sort of foreman for a day programs, opportunities for people to learn how to serve in a supervisory management role. These two gentlemen have been an integral part of that process. They've embraced it, and now opportunity presents itself to get promoted. And we appreciate the work that you've done and your support of some of the training initiatives and opportunities that we've provided. So it's one of the nice things about the program, and we have our director, Rich Resvey here, who's kind of leading that charge for us at DPW. It's been initiated by our administrator, Mr. Ferreira, but I just wanted to thank you for your work, and congratulations on your promotion opportunities.
I read that. Thank you. I also want to just, resolution number 6, it's kind of a bittersweet. Joseph Arena, a World War II veteran, recently passed away. He was a longtime resident of Hillsborough for over 50 years, I believe, was the last surviving member of his ship in World War II. So what we do in this township, if asked, we have a list of our local World War II veterans that we added to street names. So when any development gets built, we use those names as far as streets to honor their service and memory. So so the Arena family, thank you for his service. And I think it's a great honor that we do for our veterans to keep their name alive. And that's what to say about resolution number 6. So anyone else from the dais? Anything? Okay, so then we'll motion to open from the floor on any comments on the agendas 1 through 14.
Maria Janisic. Consent number 1. This is an increase in salary for each of these employees.
I backed out of my thing there.
It says the annual salaries and wages of the following employees are to be adjusted as listed below, effective October 1st, 2021.
Mhm.
So each of these got a salary increase. What would be is there a set percentage that the salary is increased?
I don't think it was a set percentage. I think it has to deal with some ongoing negotiations with the unions as far as they're coming. And Anthony can answer that question directly.
I can probably shed a little light on it, Mayor, if you like. So it's basically related to when we have union employees, there's needs to be some distinction between, those that serve in a supervisory role. And these gentlemen have kind of taken on a bit of a management or supervisory role, meaning they supervise other employees. And as a result, we're adjusting their salary to reflect that piece of the process.
Are these employees on that list of the minimum maximum salary ordinance?
Their roles are.
Their roles are, and so their salary ranges are. Okay, so it would show the positions, fire subcode, electrical, all that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, in regard to that consent number 2, what kind of manual is that rehabilitation program? What is that rehabilitation of what?
I don't have the exact what the details are.
Mayor, rehab manual is when you have houses that are low-income people and they might need a major structure rehabilitated. Every affordable housing plan in the state of New Jersey, every municipality must have a rehabilitation plan. A certain amount of money is set forth in your affordable housing trust fund to satisfy that. So if there is any low-income individuals in the township and they qualify, they can apply to the township and they can get maybe something, maybe a roof replaced or a new furnace or something like that.
So who would qualify for some kind of?
There's an income qualification, low-income individuals.
And where do you get that information from?
That's part of the rehab manual that's going to be prepared.
Oh, okay, so.
And the Affordable Housing Administrative Agent would handle that.
And that's CME?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. In regard to consent number 4, resolution authorizing the release of final payment, acceptance of maintenance bond, and approval of final change order for Willow Road Phase 2. What is Willow Road Phase? What is the Willow Road Phase 2 project?
That was paving.
That was just for paving?
Yes. I
So
believe
it's
so.
not any kind of construction of anything, it's just the paving of that road?
Mhm.
I think they have to do sidewalks and there's some.
Right, so they
sidewalks
held a
are-
bond till the completion of the project, to
That's
our
the-
satisfaction. We held a bond till the completion of the project to our satisfaction,
Of repaving.
and whatever other work was in the scope of the project.
Consent number 5, resolution authorizing the release of performance bond for Apex Sports, Iron Peak. So this is saying here, paragraph 2, the assistant township engineer certifies all site work has been completed at the Apex Sports Complex, Iron Peak, and a final certificate of occupancy has been issued for Apex Sports. So what name is being used for this place?
Apex.
Well, Mayor, in fairness, it started out as
It started
Apex.
as-
They've now changed their name. It's Iron Peak.
Yeah.
The bond was submitted under Apex.
Okay, and this final certificate of occupancy is going to be issued for whom?
It's Iron Peak, they changed it.
Iron
Well,
Peak.
it'll have Iron Peak's name on it.
Right.
It started off as Apex,
Correct.
and then it changed.
They had to have a corporate name change.
Okay.
Same owner,
It's the same owner?
same owner.
We're on 6 now or 7? Yeah.
Consent number 10, Resolution authorizing Pennoni Associates to perform a Phase 2 an environmental assessment on the Vendel property. So this is going to be a Phase 2. So if Phase 1 was completed already?
Yes.
Right, and the cost of this phase is how much?
Not to exceed 23,000?
Yeah, not to exceed 23,000.
Phase 2 is not to exceed 23,000.
Correct.
Whereas,
All right. So the
Right.
first
Right in the resolution.
first phase was not to exceed 4,000,
Correct.
and now the second phase, why is it so much more for the second phase than the first phase?
Second phase is more detailed thing. You do boring samples and studies, so it's a more expensive study. So phase 1 is an overall 100,000 feet picture of the site. They look at the site in its entirety. They look for buildings, they look for drainage, they look for, things that might stand out. And then they may identify some areas that they want to study more, and that's phase 2. And they do boring samples all over looking for contaminants possibly in the soil. And that's why it's more expensive. It's more detailed.
So is there some kind of a contract or agreement between the township and Pennoni in regard to these phase 1 and phase 2?
Yes. That's,
Yes.
They're our engineer.
They're our engineer already.
Okay, but specific for this property, there's
There was a bid submitted,
Well-
right? A quote.
Well, at the beginning of the year, they were awarded through the fair and open process to be the township engineer. They are the township engineer, and as projects arrive, they submit proposals, and then the township committee approves those proposals, and they bill according to their agreement with the township.
So for this specific project, is it written out specifically what they're going to be doing for this specific project?
There's, in their proposal. Yeah, they're just doing some soil samples, correct?
So they have an initial proposal by which they're hired.
They are-
Correct. And they set their hourly rates, and they say, we're going to do your engineering services, correct?
Okay, so now, but for this project, there's they spell out what's going to be done?
Yes, specific to this particular property. Nothing complicated here. We're purchasing a property. It's called the Vendel property. I believe it's over 400 acres, so it's a very large purchase for the township. And we're just doing our due diligence investigation to make sure there's no environmental contamination or there's no problems on the property that we're purchasing.
I know it's a very expensive purchase. Thank you.
Thank
Just wanna
you.
make one more comment. When I come to these meetings, it's very nice to see the scouts and the work that they do and that they're acknowledged. And that's a very nice part of this meeting.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, Maria. Seeing no one left in the room, so I'm sure there's no other comment. I will take a motion we did a motion, so we'll take a vote.
I'll make a motion to close and adopt.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Second, roll call, please.
Committeeman Thompson,
Yes.
Committeeman Wright,
Yes,
Deputy Mayor Delcor,
Yes.
Mayor Lonnie.
Yes. All right, claims list 2021-16. I motion to approve 2021-16.
So moved, Mayor.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
And thank you. And so we have any questions from the public on the claims list?
I pay the bills.
Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Thompson,
Yes.
Committeeman Wright,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Delcor,
Yes.
Mayor Lonnie.
Yes. That concludes our meeting this evening. Our next meeting will be Tuesday, October 26th at 7:30 PM right here. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. 9:02.